Claire, and this is the Mother Moon channel. This channel, I want it to be basically just about spirituality, self-care, and witchcraft, and it is something that has saved my life in far too many ways to count. You know, in Titanic, where Rose is like, he saved me in every way that a person can be saved. That's exactly how I feel about witchcraft and spirituality. I just want to teach this. I want to teach it from the ground up. I want to teach what being a witch is. I want to teach about spirituality. I want to teach people how to read cards and different forms of divination. And I want to kind of debunk things. I want to be a very resourceful guide for the truth, because I do things very in depth. I don't know if it comes from a place of wanting to be right, but I know that it comes from a place of wanting to have the right answer. And when it comes to witchcraft and spirituality, there hardly ever is a right answer. It really pertains to the interpretation and your own journey. So I'm not going to preface this channel by saying that everything I'm going to say is right. There could be, for some people, I could be saying things that are completely wrong, and that's okay. If this doesn't resonate with you, then that is really okay. And that just means that you're not part of my soul tribe and I'm not part of yours. And that's okay, because I'm sure that you will find it somewhere else, especially if you give up looking in the places that you absolutely know you're not going to find it. So I want to welcome in everybody and start by doing like a very small little ritual. Just welcome every single person who ends up finding this video and ends up finding my channel. And if you're finding this video, then I'm really, really happy. Welcome to the Mother Moon Empire. And I really hope that you help me as much as I help you. I want this to be an open communication. I also want to do, I don't know if I'm going to end up doing card readings. I might. I have tried filming a couple pick a card videos and stuff like that. I love them so much. I follow so many people and I constantly do their card readings with them. I love giving people card readings, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because I don't have the confidence to do it, or if I can't tune in to nobody's energy. Maybe once I start doing this more and I have more people that I know and I speak to in the comments and stuff, I'll be able to build more of a foundation with who I am speaking to in my audience, and I'll be able to do more of a card reading type thing then. So that's a possibility. I also want to do spell and ritual work, helping just how do you do your own spell work? How do you start your own rituals? How do you follow others? How do you compensate things? Just a lot of questions on that. I really want to get into a lot of the fun stuff here. Just because I'm not going to be doing card reading doesn't mean I'm just going to be shutting up the camera all the time. But I really want to kind of have every video be a different topic and go into detail with it so that you're learning, and hopefully we get a beautiful connection, and we're able to become really good friends here, and trust each other and trust the information that comes in, and be able to know that if we don't resonate with something as coming in, then that's okay, but hopefully most of the stuff here resonates with you. So that's kind of my idea for the channel. So this is kind of an opening video for anybody who is curious, and I hope that the point of this video, not to just introduce myself to you guys, but to also introduce yourself to who you might find in you through watching this channel. And so I kind of want to start with just like the basics. Like I really just have like the basic 4 questions here, which is, what is a witch? What is the craft? What is magic? And who can be a witch? That's it. That's all I want to talk about today. So a witch is a person, both female and male, who basically learns and develops their psychic abilities, uses forms of divination like tarot, scrying, tassomancy, things like that, uses tools in order to better connect with the self, with gods, goddesses, spirits, guides, angels, different realms, dimensions, things like that. Witch is also somebody who holds hands with both their light self and their shadow self. Light self being the one that is led with positivity, joy, the higher self that you have. Your shadow self is the self you don't like to look at. That's it. It's the self that you're ashamed of. It's the parts of you that you hide from people. Your shadow self gets exposed by the light. And people like to ignore their shadow self, but a witch is somebody who works with both. A witch is just somebody who seeks answers to better themselves and simultaneously the collective of us all. They're here to put in work, so better understand each other so we can work well with each other. So a witch is honestly somebody who is just ready to learn about the truth of magic and the craft and what we're here to do, and find our soul purpose, who wants to find truth and the answers, and to be able to do fun stuff like, you know, contacting spirits and contacting gods, and, you know, talking to our highest self, finding out our path. It's really fun. It's like getting to know you. Being a witch is being called to be yourself. Nothing spooky about that. So, next question. Then, what is the craft? The craft is literally just the practices of the witch. It's the witch's craft. That's it. That's what the craft is. So it includes, like I was saying before, okay, so you've got tarot, you've got candle magic, you've got tassomancy, which is tea leaf reading, you've got palmistry, you've got astrology, you've got even just history, learning about the gods and the deities, and learning about different religious groups, although witchcraft doesn't actually hold any foundation or base in different religious groups, but you can be religious and practice witchcraft. You can be someone like myself who's pagan and practice witchcraft. You can be a freaking nomad and practice witchcraft. It doesn't matter. Witchcraft is just about the truth of who you are, and if your truth encompasses religion, then that's part of your craft. Awesome. Some forms of divination like scrying, which is like, you know, looking into crystal balls and looking into fire, looking into mirrors. There's I Ching, which is a Chinese form of divination. There's light work, there's shadow work, spells, rituals, all those kinds of things. There's chanting, meditation, prayer. There's so many. Crystal work. Like, this just, it encompasses it all. That's what the craft is. The craft is the practicing of this. It is how you do your work. It is the work. It is the thoughts. It is everything. It's your craft. Imagine a painter sitting down. His craft is the paints, the brush, the canvas, where he sets up the canvas, the minds that he's in while he's doing the work, the stops, the breaks, the pauses, the learning, the changing, the buffering. That whole thing is the craft. So for a witch, it's literally just what you do in your day-to-day life that helps you improve upon the person that you are. Easy peasy. Which brings me to another big question then: what is magic? And kind of sometimes I just feel silly just saying we use magic, we practice magic, because people associate magic with like an illusion and not the truth, and magic is the truth. So that's what magic is. Magic is the truth. Magic is the wind. It's your mother's love for you, or your father's love, or somebody who loves you dearly. It's the spirit's love for you. It's the stars. It is the forms of divination. It's the understanding of how to be yourself. It's everything. But it begins with intention. Magic is birth from intention, but then it's infinitesimal. It's like a saying, all things start with a thought, or something along those lines. But that's what magic is. Magic is the ability to understand it and the ability to use it. And the reason it's called magic is because it's both the creation, it gets the creator's idea, it's the creation itself, and it's what it does for everybody else. I'm going to go back to like the painter type thing. So the magic is in the idea that this painter has. It's in the wind that moves, and the sky and the rain, and the emotion that he gets from that, or she gets from that. And then the magic is also in the paintbrush, and while he paints, and the story that comes out as he paints. And those are the tools. That's the use of divination, right? And then the magic is also the result. It's also afterwards when people look at it and are moved, and when you hear a good song and you're like, oh, somebody gets me. That's magic. It flows like a current through all the things that we do, but it starts with the creation of us. It starts with the creation of what we want. It starts with the creation of our souls. So that's why magic seems very silly to talk about it, because it's quite literally everything. It runs through us all. It is the energy current that runs through us all. It is the auric field. It's the energetic field. It's written in the stars, and it's made from the stars, and it's what the stars are made of. Like, it's everything. It's quite literally everything. If you close your eyes, you see it. If you open your eyes, you see it. And I'm going to help you see it more clearly here. Which leads me to the final question, which is, who can be a witch? Quite literally anybody and everybody. Anybody who wants to be. That's it. You just have to choose to be. I heard somebody once say that everybody is a witch, or everybody can be a witch, but not everybody will be. And that's kind of the truth of it. Is some people don't want labels, some people don't want to identify, and that's totally okay too. You don't have to identify as anything, but it is making a choice to pursue this avenue, because whether you want to identify it or not, you still have to, well, not that you have to, but it should still be respected as a practice by long-standing people who did identify with this and wanted to identify with this. And I think that's kind of where it all boils down to, is just the want of it. You want to be part of this really historic, beautiful practice of understanding the world and understanding ourselves and understanding that we're all part of the same life force, and that we can be part of that life force in other ways than we've been taught previously. We can manipulate the life force. We can interact with the life force. We can get messages and answers and clear understandings from the life force, as well as we can give answers and information to the life force. So it really, anybody. So don't limit yourself. If you want to be, then you already are. And I'm so happy to have you. So that's kind of all I really want to talk about today. I hope this clears things up. I hope that with this new information about witches and the craft and magic, I debunked a couple things, and hopefully you are really intrigued and you want to come back for more things and more understanding. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do next, but I'm really excited to get on this journey and to start doing this. And I was actually thinking about filming like a how to read tarot, how to like get on your way with reading tarot and understand it. So maybe I'll do that. But if anybody does feel like they want to get more information and start on a new journey, please let me know what you'd like to see down below. And if you don't want to say anything right away, that's totally okay. Give it a like or a dislike and I will understand. Thank you for coming into this little world of mine today. I hope to see you next time.